In this application, we consider distance traveled. An ocean liner traveled 432 kilometers in 12 hours. At this rate, how far would the boat travel in 42 hours? To begin with, we will familiarize ourselves with the problem situation, reading the problem carefully, and noting that the rate of travel is going to remain the same. We also notice that we are asked for how far the boat will travel in 42 hours, so let's define a variable. We will let d equal the distance the boat would travel in 42 hours. We're ready now to consider our next step in the problem-solving process, and that is to translate the problem to mathematical language. We're going to translate to a proportion because the rate is going to remain the same. The important thing when translating to a proportion is that the units in one ratio are the same as the units in the other ratio. For example, we are given the distance that the boat travels in 12 hours. So I can write the ratio 432 to 12, where distance is in the numerator and time is in the denominator. I can also write another proportion, and I'm going to make sure that the distance is in the numerator of this ratio and the time is in the denominator of this ratio. And the distance is d and the time is 42. Since these rates remain the same, we have an equation that we can solve. Our third step, we will solve that equation. We will solve 432 divided by 12 equals d divided by 42. To solve this, we'll equate cross products. We will equate 432 times 42 and 12 times d, the cross products of the proportion. To solve for d, we divide both sides by 12. We have 432 times 42 divided by 12 equals 12 times d divided by 12. On the right side of the equation, we have d. And on the left side, if we multiply 432 times 42 and divide it by 12, we would have 1,512. This is the solution to the equation. Now the next step is to check the answer. And to check it, we'll put it in that proportion that we wrote. We had the proportion 432 over 12 equals d, which we said was 1,512 over 42. Let's check the cross products. 12 times 1,512 equals 18,144. 432 times 42 equals 18,144. So the cross products are equal, which means that our solution 1,512 does check. Our last step is to state the answer clearly in a complete sentence. Doing that, we can say, at this rate, the boat would travel 1,512 kilometers in 42 hours.